Yeah, we're getting a break in the weather here right now. We're still under, I don't even remember. They got so many different ones. They're either under a lake effect snow advisory or a winter weather advisory. I don't know which. Normally it's the same for us. It's all lake effect snow for us right now. But see if I can feed mixed here. I never put chains on the tractor yet, which shouldn't really need. I got decent tires. As long as the snow ain't been packed, then it usually ain't too slick. But yeah, part of the, like on the last video, yeah, I know I need to get a job or do something different, diversify, whatever. And yeah, I've actually went out the other day, and I know they were asking for help burn earlier in the spring. And I know it's kind of a wrong time of year to be asking, but I did get a job application. I don't know if they'll have anything for the winter time here or not. And yeah, I would like to get, if I could get the money from selling up the state, yeah, that puts it a little easier where I don't have to rush right out. It gives me a little cushion to maybe get through until more towards spring or something, which should be coming here. I mean, I can't believe they're going to drag this out for 2 years. But anyway, this is one reason why I don't want some of the jobs I won't take. You know, even a couple of years ago here, the milk hauler we had asked me if I had my CDL. Today's the exact reason why I don't want a CDL or won't be driving truck. And maybe if I can put that link in there, article or reading here the other day, there's going to be a shortage of milk truck drivers. And I don't know if it's actually just, I think it was a Wisconsin-based story. It's going to be more nationwide, I would think, though. But you know, they're like any other industry, they're going to be wanting truck drivers. And that is one job I will not take. I actually do get some anxiety. I hate traffic. I don't drive to Erie. I'm not too bad in Meadville. I hate interstate driving for the most part. So I don't want that job. I won't take that job. But today's a prime example why I won't. And one thing that really pisses me off when people don't listen to me. Now you can see these tracks here. This is from the milk truck this morning. Like I said, I didn't get the driveway plowed for them because, you know, I'm still doing chores and stuff. Had other problems this morning. Didn't get around to it. Milk trucks over the years, this is not a problem driveway to get in. This driveway is 50 foot wide here at the base, or in the middle. 80 foot wide it flares out. Because when I built this barn, I told the guy who was building the base, you guys got triaxles, you got trucks. You know how much room you turn. At that time, the milk hauler picked me up like at 2 o'clock in the morning. And 9 times out of 10, it won't be plowed if we get in a big snowstorm at that time of night. And I told him, you know what you need. I want a driveway that I don't have to worry about too much that the milk hauler's going to get stuck getting in here. And that's what he made me, a driveway this wide. And after that milk hauler quit here probably 10 years ago, 12 years ago, the guy that was picking up my milk had a tractor trailer. A long-nosed Peterbilt with, well, by the time he eliminated this route and went to drive for somebody else, he had upgraded to a Peterbilt long nose with a sleeper and a 53-foot tanker. And he was able to back into this driveway. The only time he had problems picking up milk was because the road snowplow hadn't gone through, and I was one of his first stops, so he was light and he couldn't pull the hill down here. So he had to come back later in the day if he did. And then when the last one I was with DFA, that milk hauler, every milk hauler's come up this hill, backs in, no problem. I could have a foot of snow on this driveway and they usually don't have problems getting in here. Well, last year when I shut off and went to grade B, the guy who was picking up at the time, I get switched back and forth between the trucks, but I told the guy how to come. And then last year we didn't have all this much or this bad of snow, so he didn't have much problem. But they pick up a farm over that way, and it comes out onto the main highway just over here. So they come up the highway, they come down the next side road over, which is like this. They're coming down the hill trying to turn the corner onto the crossroad up above the house. And one, trying to stop a truck coming down the hill to make a turn, I thought was a dumbass move. And then, like, he comes in here and has to back up the hill. So I told him what to do. When you get to the main highway, shoot straight across. That road, it'll bring you over to the low road down here. You come up, take 2 roads to your right, you'll come up the hill, you'll back down the hill. Well, I guess he never relayed this message to this guy that's been driving 30 to 40 years, as he has said at times. So he comes today, and he came down this way. He pulled in, goes to back in, he can't get up the hill. He ended up coasting, trying to back up all the way down. I'm surprised he didn't get stuck in the hollow down there. But he gets almost to the bottom. He backed all the way up, got all the way back up here, tried to back in here, and the truck slid sideways. So he pulls out again, ends up all the way down there again, backs all the way up and stops. Never seen him turn the wheels or anything. Then he ends up going all the way down again. Then he backs up again, ends up backing into the yard. Never seen the wheels on the truck turn. I was watching him from the barn, trying to figure out what the hell he's doing. He ended up all the way down again, backs all the way up, and I guess what he's trying to do is get far enough up the hill that what he did is he pulled in, drove around up that way, backed over there in front of the snowplow where I normally parked the truck, and then pulled in and backed up. Now, like I said, I normally have the driveways plowed out for him. I just didn't get to it yet today because it's been miserable bitch snowing. You know, like I say, you got these other problems and just didn't get to it yet. And in fact, I mean, it's just finally let up here. I didn't even go and try to put this plow on the truck because now that the milk truck's gone, I can get through with 4-0 drive on the truck. I ain't exactly worried about it. I might put it on tomorrow and open up these driveways. It's supposed to warm up the rest of the week. But yeah, that's one thing I'm not going to do is piss around driving in snow in milk trucks. So you get that milk sloshing in there and stuff. But yeah, and that's the other thing. I got to go through all that work to cater to them. But, you know, they'll sock it to you. I mean, they raise their fuel surcharges and stuff. So like I say, if you can't, and that's the other thing, you can't guarantee when they get here. You know, one time he'll pull in here at 11:30, next time it's 2 o'clock. You know, if he's going to get in here at 2 o'clock, like most days when he does, well then I would have got it plowed out for him maybe. I could have got the skid steer out and I would have opened this up. And that was the other thing, I didn't plug the skid steer in, forgot about that, so that wasn't going to start anyhow. So, like I say, why, what gets me is why he just didn't keep going down the road, get down to the intersection down here, turn around so he's coming up the hill and then he'd back right in. Which doesn't make sense to me, and that's the other thing. When he left here, he went back up the hill. I don't know why he wants to do that. I would think go down this way. But, like I say, it's up to them. That's the way I've gotten here. When I say I get better, I just not going to jump hoops for everybody else. If you can't do your job in a way that makes it easier, I'm not going to inconvenience myself to help you fix your mistakes. And like I say, if he had got here at 2 o'clock, like he has been for the most part, probably would have had it opened up for him. Which, again, he wouldn't have been able to back off the road anyhow the way he came. Like I say, he stopped there and he just sat there and spun. He might have made it in here the first time instead of having to do it 3 or 4 times. But, like I say, it doesn't make sense. Like I say, I mean, I've been trying to figure out different things to do. And I thought, you know, I got a snowplow. Go plow driveways this winter. Again, I don't want to be out here in the winter anymore and I have to. And the way people are anymore, you dig up their yard and they'll be suing you to fix your yard. I mean, I have a relative that tried to do that to somebody the one time over here on the other road. He was having a house or some kind of shed or something built, had the Amish doing it. guy that came in brought a truck and cattle trailer with the lumber on it. And his driveway just is fairly steep, and he couldn't pull it. I mean, it's the beginning of February when it's a little bit icy out. He couldn't pull it. So one of his friends, my neighbor down here, has got log skidders. He came up the log skidder, pulled him up the driveway. Now, this relative of mine liked blacktop driveways and everything. And of course that makes it slipperier. So when he was pulling him up there, the skidder ended up off the edge of the side of the driveway and dug up the yard as he went up there. But he got the trailer up there. He turns to my neighbor and says, "What are you going to do about my yard?" My neighbor turns to him, "Don't ask me, talk to him. I'm just pulled him up here. It's up to him." Got on the skidder and left. And I don't blame him one bit. But yeah, like I say, I probably could do that, but the liability issues anymore, people's pettiness, you know, have no common sense on anything. It's always got to be what they want. You know, like I said, I got a dump trailer, got a lot of woods. I got a brand new saw I bought 5 years ago. Haven't even started it yet. I could cut firewood. It's probably going to be a hot commodity this winter. Screw it. I don't care if people can pay for the heating oil. They elected this dumb prick in the office, and these dumbasses we got in. If people elected somebody like Fetterman, hell in Pennsylvania here, they even elected a dead guy. So why the hell should I help make somebody else's life easier by working my ass off in the cold, you know? So, and then to top it off, after he left the tank running. The agitator didn't even turn that off. Didn't get the door latched. That was blown open by the time I finished up what I was doing and came up front here. So, like I say, just nobody has any consideration for anybody else, so why should I anymore? But, well, like I say, we didn't get the snow I thought they said we're getting. A lot of this snow is actually from yesterday yet. It ain't what we got overnight. But, so I'll plow this out tomorrow, and I'm supposed to get up in the 40s first part of this week. So I hope it does thaw out some. But I guess I'm going to go in here and get feed mixed. Try to get feed mixed. See if I get stuck doing that. Maybe that's probably what happened, because I mouthed off and make somebody else getting stuck here. I'll probably get stuck. But or the plug didn't make connection. The tractors didn't heat up like they should have. Who knows? So, but I'm going to get back at it here. Just thought I'd share that. I mean, like I say, nobody wants to listen to me. That's the way it is. It's always, I'm the dumbass. I explained to them how to do this. It would be easier on them. They don't want to listen. Well, I say, they can fight it. I got my own fights. So, thanks for watching. We'll catch up to you later. Hopefully, maybe, like I say, maybe this week be a little better weather. Maybe I can get some other stuff filmed here. So, we'll be back.